In a stunning political upheaval, a group of Labour MPs has defected to Reform UK, setting off a chain reaction that's rocking Westminster to its very core. This isn't just a headline, it's a political earthquake with the potential to reshape British politics forever. What started as quiet whispers of discontent within the Labour Party has now erupted into a full-blown rebellion. The defection of these MPs signals not only a loss of faith in Sir Keir Starmer's leadership, but a decisive break from a party many feel has lost its soul. For weeks, murmurs of disillusionment had been growing louder behind closed doors. MPs were frustrated, some by Starmer's indecisiveness, others by what they saw as a betrayal of Labour's working-class roots. And now, the dam has burst. A block of experienced, long-serving Labour MPs has officially crossed the floor and aligned with Reform UK. Their message couldn't be clearer. We no longer believe in the direction our party is headed. The implications are monumental. This mass defection has exposed the deep, long-simmering rift between Labour's centrist leadership and its traditional voter base, a rift that Starmer promised to heal but now finds himself at the centre of once hailed as a steady hand and a unifying force. Starmer is now being accused of watering down Labour's identity, offering vague platitudes on critical issues like immigration, national security, and economic reform. Sources suggest this wasn't a spontaneous protest, it was months in the making, carefully coordinated and timed for maximum impact. And at the heart of the storm stands Reform UK, led by Richard Tice and flanked by the ever-present influence of Nigel Farage. Under their leadership, Reform UK has shed its fringe label and rebranded itself as a bold alternative, advocating tougher border controls, sovereignty-first policies, and a relentless focus on national interest, all themes that once resonated with Labour's now alienated base. Now that these defections are public, Reform UK has parliamentary clout, no longer a side note, but a rising force. The balance of power is shifting. Once untouchable Labour strongholds are trembling. Voting blocs are fragmenting, and Westminster is bracing for chaos. Inside Labour headquarters, the mood is tense and frantic. Advisors are scrambling to contain the fallout. Meetings have grown heated and distrustful, as rumours swirl of more MPs preparing to jump ship. And the pressure on Starmer? It's no longer coming from the opposition benches. It's coming from within his own shattered ranks. The public response has been polarising. Reform UK supporters see this as long overdue justice, a reckoning for a Labour Party that, in their view, has abandoned them. Meanwhile, loyal Labour voters feel betrayed and heartbroken, blindsided by the very MPs they once trusted. Online, it's a firestorm. Hashtags like #LabourCollapse and #StarmerCrisis are trending across social platforms. Starmer has tried to project calm, insisting Labour will emerge stronger and more unified, but images tell a different story. He looks drained, embattled, and increasingly isolated. The media, once cautiously respectful, has turned. Starmer, often described as dull but dependable, is now viewed as timid, wavering, and incapable of navigating this crisis. Political analysts are issuing warnings. If Labour cannot re-establish its identity, and fast, it risks more than losing the next election. It could cease to be the dominant political force it once was. And indeed, calls for a change in leadership, once dismissed as fringe chatter, are now being openly discussed by party insiders. This isn't just a crisis, it's a crossroads. The old two-party system is crumbling before our eyes, and the populist wave is rising. What was already shaping up to be a difficult general election is now utterly unpredictable. Reform UK, once trailing far behind in the polls, is gaining remarkable momentum, fueled by a growing number of MPs, a mobilised base, and a surge in media visibility. While Labour staggers under the weight of its own civil war, reports from internal meetings describe a party on the brink of panic. Some in Starmer's camp urge him to fight back hard. Others whisper that a new leader may be the only hope. And while Labour flounders, Reform UK delivers a message that's clear, unapologetic, and uncompromising, a message that's resonating with voters who feel ignored and abandoned. Even the Conservative Party is feeling the heat. They're watching Labour implode but are also losing ground to the same populist surge. The right is splintering, traditional loyalties are evaporating, and Reform UK is siphoning votes from both camps. The political game has changed. The electorate is no longer bound by tradition. They're searching for authenticity, action, and answers. Across the UK, voters are disillusioned. Years of scandals, broken promises, and vague rhetoric have worn them down. Reform UK has tapped into that frustration with bold, no-nonsense slogans, offering what many believe is the straight talk they've been waiting for. For millions, leaving Labour is no longer seen as betrayal. It's viewed as liberation, a sign that even those on the inside know the system is broken. British politics is entering an era of deep transformation. Reform UK is surging in former Labour strongholds, expanding its influence both on the ground and online. Their rallies are growing, their message louder, especially on immigration, crime, and national identity. Labour now faces a brutal choice: double down on Starmer's moderate approach, or reinvent the party entirely. Meanwhile, the Tories are desperately trying to hold their base together without allowing Reform UK to bleed them dry. The stakes have never been higher. British politics is no longer the calm chessboard it once was. It's a battlefield, volatile, unpredictable, and defined by a public that's demanding results, not excuses. The next general election won't be politics as usual. It'll be a test of vision, integrity, and grit.